Welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV, the only place to be for your pre-match pump-ups, for your watch-alongs, for your post-match shows, for everything in between. Hope everyone's well. It is nearly August. The transfer window is ticking along, but hope everyone is feeling good today on this 31st of July and the first North London derby to be played outside the UK. No, it is not friendly. There's never a friendly when it comes to Tottenham and Arsenal. Jimbo, Chang, two handsome men join me today. First of all, Jimbo, how are you diddling?
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
Excited for the match?
Oh, yeah, well excited. It's Arsenal. How can you not be excited? There's not. It says friendly. No such thing as a friendly against Arsenal.
It's damn outright war when it comes to Tottenham Arsenal. Big up to you, Mr. Chang. Always lovely to see your smiley face. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well here in Southeast Asia, Miss Kate. I hope I'm audible despite the background noise.
You're okay. You're a little bit quiet.
Okay, I will try to boost the volume. I'm going to try and boost the volume once I'm done with this intro. But thank you so very much for having me for this pre-match pump-up here on WeAreTottenham TV. Absolutely looking forward to the game. And as you quite rightly mentioned, when it comes to North London derbies, all bets are off. There is absolutely nothing to be tried to be watered down as far as the North London derby is concerned, be it on home soil, in N17, in Britain, outside of Europe, even here in Asia, in Hong Kong too, of all places. And absolutely looking forward to the match. But before that, looking forward to the show as well with you and Mr. Boxall. With that, back to you, Ms. Kate.
Thank you, Chang. I don't know if your bigger microphone might be better, but you're very, very, very quiet. It might be better to use that. Good morning to everyone who's coming in. Fiona's in the house. The lovely Shemtan's here. Drula's here. Walton's here. Bobby Waters is here. We are trying to adjust the audio now. It's only one place to start, really, Jimbo. It's a place where not a lot of Tottenham fans are going to really want to talk about it, but the transfer window. Arsenal are sitting there. They've signed Gyökeres, a top-class striker. They've signed Zubamendi, Madueke, Mosquera, Norgard, and Kepa as a Arrizabalaga. And we've signed Tel on a permanent, Danso on a permanent.
Can you just mute Chang while we talk and then unmute him when he comes in? Is that all right?
Yeah. Tel on a permanent, Danso on a permanent, Takai and Kudus. There's a bit of a difference in quality between the six players. Between the six players.
Arsenal sitting there absolutely gutted, thinking, oh my God, what's Spurs doing? This ain't like Spurs.
Gyökeres, for example, is expected to get some minutes today. Mosquera is expected to get some minutes today. Arsenal are a team who are very strong and are adding to their strength. They're settled under a coach we've got Tottenham now starting on another new project with a new coach, still working on deals in the background. Are you worried that that difference in quality is really going to show today?
Look, if we was in North London, right, I would be a lot more hopeful, even though it would still be hard because they have got a better squad than us at the moment. They've been together 6 years now, 6 or 7 years under Arteta. They've got a lot of players bedded in. They've got some good players as well, very good players. So it's going to be hard, Kate. It's going to be even harder because they've been in Hong Kong for 2 weeks. We've been there for 2 days, 3 days. So they're acclimatised. And I've been to Hong Kong a couple of times this time of year. It's very, very humid. So it's going to be hard to beat them. You know, I'm going to back my club to win today, but it's going to be very, very hard. And then even on an even playing field back in North London, it will still be hard. But look, let's not all be doom and gloom, right? We got a very, very tactically astute manager, right? I think he gets good service out of young players when he works with them. We've seen that at Brentford. He's got some young, talented players to work with here, right? So we need to give him a little bit of time to work with them, and we need to get some players through the door. I think we need a left back, a number 6, a left winger, striker, midfielder. We need some players. Look, he's not going to do it all. He's not going to do it all this window. They've took care of the right side now, right? And eventually, we're going to need another right winger, but it takes time. You have to build it up over a few windows. And let's hope, right? Let's hope. There's meant to be a Saudi investment coming in, pumping some money in. And I actually did read and see that it's going to be a slow takeover by them, because Levy don't want to go just yet. So look, we got things to look forward to. It's not all doom and gloom, not by a long stretch.
Yeah. I hear you, Jimmy.
I've heard reports this morning as well that Arsenal are backing out of Eze. They don't want to pay that type of money, and that Tottenham are still really interested. So
that would be amazing. I think that would put a smile on everyone's face. But yeah, this is Jim all over. All this cautious talk, and then he'd go, "Yeah, we're going to win 5-0." We all know what Jim knows about.
I'm trying to be a bit sensible this season, right? I'm still going to be ultra positive.
Chan's face when you said you're going to try and be sensible was an absolute picture.
Yeah. I'm going to always back my club because I love them, but I'm going to try and be a little bit more sensible this season. Well, I'm going to try and start off that way, but we'll see what happens.
Mr. Chang, obviously a lot's been talked about Tottenham's transfer window. We bought in Kudus, bought in Morgan Gibbs-White, that then went tits up, and everything's kind of fell asleep and gone quiet since then. How are you feeling? Obviously, like I say, Arsenal have signed 6, what I would call, 5, definitely, no, 4 top quality players and 2 good players into their team. We've really only added 1 first team player. How are you feeling about Tottenham going forward in this game?
Well, looking at our reinforcements, or rather the signings that we've had in the past, month or so now, since the transfer window is open, I'm still hoping for a few more incomings, hopefully, to bolster our forward line, especially given how Richarlison still isn't back from his injury, which could be a bit of, is it Solanke or Richarlison? One of those two strikers isn't back. That's going to be a bit of a worry. And, well, let me put it this way. I have been crying out for Morgan Gibbs-White ever since we started doing this thing between you and me over on, first it was, just a girl loves first, and then it morphed into the perfect match. I've been doing that for that long. I've been calling out for Morgan Gibbs-White for that long, and him not getting over the finish line, despite us getting the here we go from Fabrizio Romano, is a right kick in the gut. But if there's any truth, if there's any truth to what Matt Law is saying, and that we are very serious on UN Visa, if I'm saying his name correctly, UN Visa. If what Matt Law is reporting, then let's just hope that we do get a few more signings over the finish line before the end of the transfer window, because we definitely need these signings, especially since we have Champions League to come up. And I was trying, or rather, I was secretly hoping that our Champions League would be the sweetener to get any player over the line for us. Unfortunately, we've only managed to get Kudus, but all is not lost. There still is time, but time is running out. Miss Kate, time is running out, and we definitely need these players in, preferably a week before the Super Cup, if they are to even feature in the Super Cup against PSG, which by my reckoning, should be less than 3 weeks to go. And let's just see. Let's just see how this summer transfer window transpires, and let's just see as well how our players take to the pitch and perform against Arsenal in the North London derby in just over an hour's time from now at 1:30. So yeah, lots to get into, Miss Kate.
Yeah, 1:30 for Chang. 12:30 for us, Chang. It's not 1:30. Yeah, for us. Yeah, look, it's the record in the North London derby is not great. 89 wins for Arsenal, 67 wins for Spurs, 55 draws. But this isn't. We've got to put it in perspective. This is a pre-season match, Jimbo. It's not a North London derby. If we get beaten today, it's going to hurt. It always hurts when we lose to someone like Arsenal, Chelsea, any of those. But it is just a pre-season game. I think people have got to keep their heads, because Arsenal are into a 6-year project. They're a lot more established than we are. Can you see there being a meltdown imminent if we do get our bums kicked today, Jimbo?
No, I think any Spurs fan with anything upstairs will understand if we lose today. Not only are they a better team than us at the minute, but they're a lot more established than us. As I said, it makes a massive difference them being out there 2 weeks, Kate, you know. Look, we had commitments in England, so we had to do them. So we're out there a little bit of time after them. No, this shouldn't do. It's not at all. I mean, if you play them at White Hart Lane, or if you play them at the Emirates and you lose to them, you can't have a meltdown. You know, they're a top team in the Premiership, so it would be silly to have a meltdown. You know, it's just the fact if we beat them, lovely. But if we don't, there's no meltdown here. I know that.
Yeah. Good morning to you from Atlanta, US of A. Good morning to you. I don't know what the time is there, but I'm imagining it's not as nice as 11 o'clock in the late morning for us. Chang's going to do his investigative journalism here and find out what the time is. I'm thinking it's probably really early hours of the morning, but we shall find out. But let us know if you're watching from anywhere exotic. Obviously, we're in the sunny Lincolnshire. Chang is in, I think he's in Malaysia. Chang, yes, Malaysia. What time is it, Chang?
It's 6:16 a.m. It's a 6:15 a.m. over there in Atlanta. So welcome, Mr. Mix, joining us from Atlanta. Great to see you here this early in the morning on Thursday morning.
Exactly that. We've got someone here from the East Coast. We've got someone else from sunny Madrid. We've got Serbia in the house. So it's like the Eurovision Song Contest. Absolutely loving it. And we've got Matthew, who's on his way to the first tee at 6:15 in New York. Absolutely love that there's so many fans all around the world watching the mighty Spurs, even on a pre-season game. It's absolutely brilliant to see. Chang, they have said that Madders and Solanke are both 50-50 to feature today. I've been watching, well, Jim and I have been watching the training. Both of them have been training. Madders particularly looks like he's been really training hard. Do you expect to see either or both of them today to get some minutes?
Okay, so I am going to throw caution to the wind and not try to risk them ahead of our Super Cup, which I feel is infinitely more important, or rather should be the priority. seeing as there's actual silverware on the line in that encounter, rather than just bragging rights on the line with this North London derby. But I mean, all of it comes down to the players themselves, how they themselves are feeling, and also it comes down to Thomas Frank, whether he feels it's worth the risk to give them much needed minutes ahead of our Super Cup. I would use them rather sparingly, if I were to be honest with you, Miss Kate. And I think I've said this a lot of times, loads of times earlier this year, for the second half of our fledgling Premier League season, when we had so many walking wounded, just struggling to even get minutes, let alone be fit on match day. So, I mean, it comes down to the players themselves. And if it were up to me, I would maybe give them half an hour at most after the hour mark to see if they can try and force proceedings if things aren't going according to plan. But I think the priority should be to wrap them in cotton wool, maybe give them a few games here and there when they are still in Asia, whether it's today against Woolwich in the North London derby, or against Bayern Munich or Newcastle for that matter. I think the important thing is to make sure that they don't aggravate whatever injuries that they have, and let's just hope that they all come out unscathed, as should most of our other players as well, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I completely agree. Jimbo, we said on our channel yesterday we're expecting Vic to start with Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Spence to be obviously on the left because Udogie is injured. Benton Kerr is back, Bergveld, Johnson, Kudus, Solanke and Son. I am still not 100% sure Solanke will start. It might be Tell in the middle. What are your thoughts, Jim, with regards to Solanke and the starting lineup?
Well, I just hope that it's not too much of a physical game today, because at the end of the day, there's nothing at stake but pride, right? So it's a long season for Arsenal and for Tottenham. We're in all competitions, so I just hope it's not too physical, and either side don't get injuries, because that'd be a shame with the long season coming up. But look, I'm not sure what he's going to do, Kate. He's quite an unpredictable manager, but I think that he hasn't really got. I don't think he'll start Solanke. I wouldn't surprise me if he started Madders, because he looked really fit in training. But Solanke, I'm not too sure. But look, who have we got to go up top if Solanke's not playing?
Tell.
Tell, Richie, Johnson.
Well, he could try Johnson in the striker. Yeah, he could try Johnson in the striker.
Johnson. So
he could even try Kudus. Who knows? I mean,
no, he won't. He'll put Kudus on the wing, I'm sure. I'm sure he'll have him on the right wing.
Someone's saying Till should be nowhere near the first team. His pants, one trick pony. Hasselbank shot that week too. Look, we've bought Till. I think it's fair to say he's going to be a main part of our squad this season coming. Otherwise, we wouldn't have bought him. So he did pick up a knock in training, but I think he's okay, Till. He was fouled by one of our players, I believe. But I think he's okay.
And Porro.
And Porro, yeah. I think you're right, Yogi. I think Tell's certainly got the potential there. He's got to be given a little bit of time to show it. I think Tottenham fans and all football fans are quick to judge and write someone off straight away. I think we need to give this guy a little bit of time.
I mean, just think how many people writ Kane off. How many people writ
Bale
off? You know, I mean, we never, when Bale started, I think it was 22 games that we never won or something when he first came, and you look at he turned out to be world class, same as Kane. So let's not judge him too quick. Let's let him work with Frank and see what Frank can do with him.
I remember, Jimbo, we used to look at the team sheet and go mad if Gareth Bale's name was on it. It's like, why is this guy not going to learn? You know, we never win when this guy starts, and then he became Gareth Bale that we all know and love. So, and I do agree with this as well. Tell's better than Lancashire and Scarlett. I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, I remember seeing an interview with Kane, and he said there was someone, I can't remember who it was, but a manager told him that he didn't think he was going to make it. He wasn't good enough. And he said,
I think that was Wenger. I think that was Wenger, because Wenger had a chance to sign him.
Oh, all right. He told him he weren't good and he didn't think he'd make it. And he said that pushed him even harder.
Yeah. Tell's just turned 20. He's got potential, so much room to grow, and Frank will get the best out of him. I agree. Arsenal's predicted 11, according to their people, is Raya to start in goal with White, Saliba, Kiwior and Lewis Skelly, Odegaard, Zubamendi, Rice, Saka, Havertz, Martinelli. However, I do expect Gyökeres to get some minutes today. Look, Chang, we all know Gyökeres' stats are off the charts. The goals he scored are just ridiculous levels. But can this guy do it in the Premier League? Are you worried about Gyökeres coming to Arsenal?
Well, if he has the stats to prove it, or rather if he has the stats to back it up, I think this is going to be the acid test. There's no better way to test, the caliber of a striker or any player for that matter in whatever position they play in than the North London derby or whatever local derby this club, is vying for. And I think he will be the one to look out for today. If anything, I think both Romero and Van der Ven are going to have their hands full, just trying to deal with him. So let's just see how that plays out. But honestly, I wouldn't be too worried with Gyökeres, because if he really was that good, you would have to ask yourself why haven't the big clubs gone in for him yet? Whether it's the the Man Cities, your Real Madrids, your Barcelonas, even Bayern Munich's. So maybe there is something to that as well. For someone like Gyökeres, who's already 26, 27, whatever his age is, and if he's only now trying to break into the top leagues at his age that he's at, maybe there is something still to be polished up in terms of his finishing, his positioning, even his his overall gameplay. But let's just see how Gyökeres performs today in the North London derby, and if he does, perform away from home on foreign soil in the North London derby, then yes, maybe there is something to that. In which those statistics aren't merely a fluke. It's not just a one-off or even a one-season wonder. So let's just see whether those statistics are just merely a fluke or there is something more to that than him. And quite possibly, Arsenal might even have found their own personal Erling Haaland. It's still far too early to judge whether will he even manage anywhere near the numbers that Erling Haaland has been bagging for City. But I think this North London derby in Hong Kong would be, a good trial by fire for him. And we are just over an hour to kick off, so let's just wait and see, and let's analyze the game as we go when it plays out.
Exactly, Chang. Exactly that. Jimbo, someone's put, what do we think of the Djed Spence, Red Djed Redemption, Return of the Djed? I think it will cook this season. Have a nice rest, doggy. Judge Djed has got this. Big story is that Tottenham have given his agent a new contract, and apparently Djed is keen to sign it. Are you pleased? I mean, there was a lot of rumours when we first got Djed Spence that he had a stinking attitude and blah, blah, blah. But he seems to be doing the business for us. Are you pleased that he's going to sign a new contract?
So the thing is, Kate, right? I'm in my 60s. I've been around the block a few times. I've watched a lot of football over the years. I've supported Spurs since I was a young kid. And I've learned a lot by just watching and listening. Look, I said to you many times, these young players, right, they're going to have a bit about them, and maybe they're going to have a little bit of a bad attitude now and again. But it just takes, they're young. We all make mistakes and say things we shouldn't have said when we're young and do things we shouldn't have said when we're young, right? It just needs someone to get hold of them and show them the right road. And I think that's what's happened with Spence. I think that over the last couple of years, he's grown up a lot. I said to you, Kate, when we got him and people were saying get rid of him, I said to you it'd be a massive mistake to get rid of him. Do you remember? He's a talented player. Yeah. He needs to be taught, what's right, what's wrong, how to conduct himself. And I think that he's done that. I think that he's come on leaps and bounds. And I think we've got a really good player in there. He's the type of player that will give you his all. and he's very, very talented. So yeah, I'm 100% behind him signing a new contract. And this is what I say about Tell. I mean, there's someone in the chat, Sonny J, obviously doesn't like Tell because he said that he knows a lot about football and he's got nothing about him. You know what? I've heard that about so many players, Sonny, over the years, and then they turn out to be fantastic players. You know, sometimes it needs the right person to develop them. Kane said he was never a natural footballer. He had to be taught and work hard to become what he is. And maybe Tell needs that manager, which I think Frank will do, and bring him along and make him into a decent footballer.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. I think everyone, it does make me laugh when people say, I know about football. Well, they're implying then that they know more than the agents, the board and all these people that have signed this player. I think it's quite laughable. Chang, are you pleased that Djed Spence is going to sign a new contract with Spurs?
I hope so. I really do hope so because we need these sort of players, especially the homegrown players. If from what I'm understanding, we were trying to bolster our numbers with the likes of Morgan Gibbs-White, but since that's not happening, so yeah, I think it's very important for us to build on our homegrown quota, and hopefully that would pave the way for possible, other foreign imports to supplement our current squad. But yeah, for me, Djed Spence, he wasn't really given a chance under Conte, if memory serves me right. When he first signed, he was deemed to be a club signing by many, and I'm so very glad that Big Ange gave him his chance. And good on him as well. Good on him. He took that chance with both hands, and he really grabbed it. And I think it's going to I hope he does give Pedro Porro a run for his money, because there's nothing that I like more than to see our own players having healthy competition for places. We have Champions League, so that should be, the carrot that we can dangle in front of these players to say, look, either you perform and you are rewarded, or you could end up like maybe uh, any player that underperforms. And I am also looking forward to see if we can get another player as well over the line this summer transfer window, to not only maybe even back up Djed Spence, but to also supplement Udogi, which I think we might go a bit into much later on if we can find the time to see what kind of replacements he has. But having said that, I think it's back to you, because I think the lineups have been announced.
I'm just refreshing my Spurs Twitter page. Yes, they are announced. Let's bring them up. Right, we have got the team to play Arsenal, and they are as follows: Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Spence, Bentancur, Sarr and Bergvall, Kudus, Richarlison and Odegaard. So Solanke hasn't been risked as a start. In fact, he's not even on the bench. So Solanke isn't ready. So we've got Kudus, Richarlison, Odegaard as the starting three. Then on the bench, we've got Kinski, Brandon Austin, Danso, Davis, Vuskovic, Abbott, Gray, Bissouma, Donnelly, Madison, Yang, Johnson, Sonny and Tell. Jim, pretty much exactly as we picked, apart from we didn't put Sarr in, and we had, well, there's a couple of slight differences. We thought Solanke might start. What do you make of the lineup?
Well, look, I'm not surprised Odegaard's in, because on the training I thought he was doing really well.
He was good in the friendlies as well, to be fair.
Yeah, he was. So I'm not surprised he's in. And Richarlison, it doesn't surprise me he's in, because of the way he is. He puts himself about, and Sarr's been scoring, so it doesn't surprise me he's in. But he's gone for a strong team, a very strong team. So, but do you know what I was going to say, Kay? I've been reading the comments, and there's some people sticking up for Tell, and some people think that he's got nothing about him. But I think that by the end of the season, we'll be talking about Tell in a different light. I really do. I think he's going to come on leaps and bounds under Frank.
The thing is, as well, he's put on our shirt, so we've got to get behind him regardless. Yeah. It's as easy as that. But Chang, what do you make of the lineup? I think it's quite a strong lineup. What's your thoughts?
It's a very strong lineup, and it's a lineup that I can see a lot of movement, a lot of width, and possibly even tenacity on either wing. I think the one player to be looking out for will be Bergvall. I was kind of surprised that he wasn't starting against Wickham, which I thought would have been to his advantage. But with him and Bentancur and Sarr behind him, that's exactly the kind of midfield I would like to have, assuming that Madison wasn't fit to start. And as per predictions, Madison would be on the bench. So I think it's going to be down to the likes of Sarr, Bergvall, even Bentancur to be pulling the strings to see if they can make any kind of headway going forward. But more than anything, I think it's important, very very important for these players that are starting to properly understand. This very well could be our preliminary starting 11 against PSG in the Super Cup. The way I see it, unless there's any new major signings or even any injuries or even recoveries for that matter, we could very well be looking at the preliminary, starting 11 to be starting against PSG. So I think these players themselves, in their head, they should get it in their head that this is the perfect platform for them to prove to the new manager, Thomas Frank, that they deserve and they should have earned their place to start against PSG. And you never know. You never know just what can happen away on our travels, be it in Asia or Africa or even in Americas. So for me, I honestly feel that these players, they should benefit from the new manager bounce. And if things don't go according to plan, well, they always have the likes of Madison to call upon from the bench, as well as Tel, Son Heung-min, ever reliable Sonny. And let's just see. Let's just wait and see how this pans out. But I wouldn't be surprised. I won't be surprised one bit if Thomas Frank does make wholesale changes at halftime, despite whatever the current scoreline may be after the break. Having said that, back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is spot on. One change from the team that Ange would have fielded shows we haven't moved on at all. I think it perfectly highlights the need for some movement in the transfer window. I have to say, we've got the Arsenal team absolutely spot on. Raya in goal, White, Saliba, Kiwior and Lewis Skelly, Norgard, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli and Havertz. On the bench, they have Setford, someone whose name I'm not going to attempt to say, Nichols, Salmon, Mosquera, Zinchenko, Zubamende, Lokonga, Copley, Marino, Dowman, Wanyeri, Kabaya, Nelson, Trossard. So no Gyökeres from what I can see, unless it's hidden behind that. It looks like Gyökeres isn't named in the squad, which is a relief. I'm not going to lie, it is a relief. But Jimbo, look, that's a great team. Let's be fair.
We're gonna face better strikers than Gyökeres in the league, so it doesn't matter if he plays or not. Yeah, look, they've got a good squad. Whoever they put out, it's going to be a decent squad. It's just how up for it at Spurs going to be, and let's see what happens. But it's what I expected, and it's kind of what I expected from Spurs. But they're saying that we haven't moved on. There's plenty of time left in the window, right? They will be working on deals, and there will be people coming in. It's just you're right, Rodney. It's just not happened.
He is on the bench. Gyökeres is on the bench. I can't see under that writing, so damn you, Gyökeres. But go on, Jim. Sorry.
Yeah, so we just got to be patient with the signings. It would have been nice to have them in for pre-season to see how they perform, but I'm sure they're working on them. And in the next week, we can be getting a few players in.
I apologise if I said mascara. I meant Mosquera, but to me, it might as well be mascara because he's a gooner and who cares. So Sarah's number 10 again says there. Romero captain again, Chang? Is this something you think Frank imminent, possibly the departure of Sonny could be going? Do you think this is showing that Romero's the one who's going to get captaincy?
I mean, if all signs and portents are to be believed, or rather, if we are to be reading into this, this particular captaincy in the North London derby, the first under Thomas Frank, and also you could even say that this is actually something that was carried on from last season when Romero himself captained the team. When we took to the pitch against United in Bilbao. So yeah, for me, he's the natural successor. And for me, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. I think what better way than to hold on to Romero and to tie him down to a long-term contract than to be naming him club captain. I could not think of a better successor to Son as far as being club captain is concerned. And having Romero, I think is something to be proud of because he is a serial winner. Despite what people may say about him, he is a serial winner for both club and country, and long may that be the case. And if he is to be, be a natural successor to Son, then let it be now. Let the transition, let the handover between Son and Romero take place as smoothly as possible. And absolutely looking forward to a defensive masterclass from Romero himself today. Hopefully, we will be able to. I wouldn't say that we might keep a clean sheet. I think it's a bit too early to say that, but let's just see what he can do. And I will be rooting for him all the way to be hopefully getting a long-awaited clean sheet against the Gunners. Whether it's competitive or friendly, I couldn't care less. Let's smash them. Having said that,
Chang.
back to you, Miss Kate.
Yes, Chang, that's as violent as Chang gets. Let's smash them. I love it. Good morning, Jose. Hope you had a good birthday yesterday, sir. Morning, Benji, as well. Jimbo, do you think... someone said Romero should be captain as a sort of a reward for signing an extension on his contract or a new contract. I agree. If he signs a new contract, I'm 100% behind him becoming captain. If he doesn't, though, I would look elsewhere, someone like Maddison. Do you think the fact that Frank's put him as captain suggests that he is going to be our captain going forward and that maybe he is going to sign a new contract?
I think... he probably will be captain because he's probably the most respected there, Kate, because of his status in the game. He's won most things, and he's a very no-nonsense character. So the players will listen to what he says. So that's one of the reasons I think he'll be captain. I think that he'll sign a new contract. He looked happy in training. I saw him laughing and joking with Frank. I saw him laughing with Frank, and it was like he looked really happy. It wasn't like a pretend. He was really like he was enjoying it. So I think that if he likes working under Frank, I think he'll sign a new contract. And if the club can prove to him that we're going to move forward and buy some good players in every window to move us up with the big boys, and then maybe he'll stay. He wants to win stuff. He wants to win more, like they all do. And he's a winner. He's a winner, so he's going to want to win more. But he's won a trophy here now, right? So that should give him inspiration.
Yeah. I've just got to say we've got 520 in and only 98 likes, which is abysmal. Come on, guys, don't be a Richarlison. Don't be a Timo Werner. Smash the like. Come on, let's get the likes up. There's a lot of talk going around, Mr. Chang, that yesterday, as Thomas Frank left his press conference, a journalist said to him, not yesterday, sorry, the other day during his press conference, a journalist said to him, you're 66-1 to win the league. What do you think about that? Where do you think you'll finish? And he said to the journalist, well, where do you think we'll finish? And the journalist said 7th. And Frank said, I'll take that. Now, do you think that shows a lack of ambition for Frank? Or you think he's being realistic, a 7th place finish after finishing 17th? What's your thoughts on that statement?
I think it's one that throws caution to the wind to sort of not get our fans' expectations up, not get our hopes up, only to be let down at the end of the season. I honestly feel that top 7 should be, the target to just get us back into Europe. If we can even uh, retain our Champions League status, I think that would be a massive, massive bonus. But I think top 7 should be very doable, given how we were able to win the Europa League last season. I don't see why we shouldn't, or rather, I should say, I don't see why we shouldn't be consistently qualifying for Europe, either be it through the league or through the competition proper. And for me, I think we should. I know we should. I know it sounds a bit prudent for me to be saying this right now, but I think it's not too early for us to say that we should be aiming higher. And again, I know it's only his first full season, and I think we also have to give him that benefit of doubt. We also have to give them that head start that we should expect nothing less than top 7 and even European qualification. But let's just see. Let's just wait and see how this summer transfer window transpires, because we have been sold short many a season by Daniel Levy and Inic, and if Thomas Frank is going to be on the receiving end of yet more bargain bin buys or relegation released players from their parent clubs, then I think it's going to be a long, tough season. But let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see whether we get the likes of João Palhinha over the line from Bayern Munich, possibly even that UN visa Matt Law was tweeting about earlier today. And if things go according to plan and we are sufficiently reinforced, then I do not see any reason why top 7 is out of reach, Miss Kate. Having said that, it's back to you.
Okay.
Yeah, look. Well, yes, Jim. Sorry.
Let's be honest. Ange said that he wanted to win it last season, right? And we finished 17th, right? So we finished 17th. So, but I mean, I admire Ange for saying that. He had some gonads to say that. But look, he's being realistic with the 7th, and if we finish above that, it's all good. But if he says we're going to finish in the top 4 and we finish 7th, 8th, 6th, or whatever, people are going to think, well, he said we'd finish in the top 4. It's very hard for a manager to say where they're going to finish, right? You just get as much out of the team as you can and try and get them as high up the table as you can. For them to put him on the spot like that, it's very, very difficult for him to answer that question. But he's given a realistic number, a number we can definitely hit. He hasn't come out and said first, so I don't expect us to finish 17th this season.
I mean, Ange got 5th in his first season. However,
Yeah,
I think it's fair to say that Arsenal, Newcastle, Man City, Liverpool have all really strengthened since then. Arsenal have got in the striker, plus the other players they've got in. Everyone around us has really strengthened. So I think to say, oh, well, he finished 5th, you've got to finish 5th. I think 7's realistic. I said to you, top 7 when we was talking about it. And like you say, if he then goes on to finish 6th or 5th, it's an overachievement. Whereas if he says, I think we're going to fight for the top 4, maybe finish 5th, and we finish 7th, everyone's going to be like, oh, typical, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he said this, he said that. So I think it was a sensible answer at the end of the day. People are always going to twist it to their own agendas to see it how they want to see it. But look, I think it was the right answer. Just to let everyone know again that the subs are Kinski and Austin, Danso and Davis, Vuskovic, Abbott, Gray, Bissouma, Donnelly, Madison, Yang, Johnson, Sonny and Tell. Jimbo, there has been a bit of talk that West Ham interested in Bissouma and that we're interested in Paqueta, however you want to say it. Do you think there could be a deal to be done there?
Yeah, I don't see why not. We seem to have a good relationship with the board at West Ham. The Kuda deal went very, very smooth. It was only some of the West Ham fans having a meltdown because it was us, But the board, they're not going to worry if they need to sell a player and we're going to buy him. They're going to sell him to us. So it seems like they don't want him. So he's a good player. I think he'd been a bit of bite to our team. And obviously, I think Frank's on the. It seems like by what I'm reading, right, that Frank's a bit on the fence. with Bissouma that if he goes, it's okay. If he stays, he's more than willing to work with him because he thinks that he can bring the best out of him. So look, I say the same thing I said with Vance. We didn't work out too well. I'm going to back this manager, right, and I'm going to have faith in him. And I think that he's a very, very good manager, Kate. I think he's good with them one-on-one. I think he's brought in the right staff, in all the different areas to work with the players. And I think we're going to see a bit of a different Tottenham this season. I think we're going to be very hard to beat. Even if we didn't buy any more players, I still think we'd be difficult to beat under this manager, the way he will set them up. But I am absolutely convinced that a minimum of 3 players will still come in.
I hope
so.
3
good players as well.
Yeah, that's it. Rodney, you're right. When you think about how he sacrificed himself to put this club in a position to kick on, everyone laughed at him till we won. Let's kick on. Yeah. Look, he got that monkey off his back. I mean, Chang, again, Bissouma, possibly what we've read anyway, it says that he's been told to find a new club. Can you see a deal possibly doing with West Ham where we get Paqueta the other way?
This is actually this is not the first time actually when we look at a possible player plus cash sort of a trade, and I really thought that we would actually do something similar to get Kudus, but if we are able to ship Bissouma out and maybe get Palhinha from Bayern Munich as part of the exchange, or even someone like Wharton, Ben Wharton might not be a bad thing either. But I think it's. I mean, put it this way. I mean, I'm usually quite positive with whatever happens. Behind the scenes with our club, especially when it comes to incomings and outgoings. But after however many seasons Nick and Daniel Lee have been operating, I still find it kind of strange, somewhat, that we have to sell first before we buy. I honestly think that this is the one policy that is holding us back. If you look at how Chelsea are just sort of spending willy-nilly, it really beggars belief why we are considered so-called FPL champions or FPL leaders when we can't even balance the books in terms of getting players that we want without having to sacrifice the outgoings. So yeah, I'm really I would very much like to see him get game time and possibly maybe a sort of renewed sort of vigor and possibly a sort of reinvention of Bissouma, because we didn't really see the Bissouma that we saw at Brighton, at Spurs, and even when we did, it only came out in spurts. But if his time is up, then I wish him all the very best at his new club. And I still wish him all the very, very best as well if he's going to be staying. And let's just see how this transfer outgoing plays out with Bissouma. And if he is to be going, then all the very best to you and thank you for his service. Having said that, back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I think it's a shame because Bissouma, the Bissouma we thought we were getting was an incredible player, but he just hasn't really done it. We've had times where we've seen that Bissouma, but not consistently enough. But it is coming to the end of the show. There's 9 minutes until, no, there's not. There's 39 minutes until kickoff. There's around about 20 minutes or so before Ben will be doing the watch along. I can't remember who he's doing it with, maybe Amir, because obviously Simeon is out in Hong Kong. Also with expressions, there's a lot of videos on social media, YouTube, Twitter of expressions and Sim. Expressions with the players is hilarious, where Richarlison teaches him how to do the proo dance. And the video of Sim and Robbie from AFTV bantering each other, there's all very good. And I've got to mention Richarlison's shithousery this morning. Saliba put a picture of him walking on his phone, and Richarlison wrote underneath, "You look a bit skinny, mate. You should try lifting some trophies," which I thought was absolute class from Richarlison. As much as he frustrates the life out of me, his shithousery is second to none. But it is that time where I'm going to ask everyone to give us your predictions for today's match and also who you think will be scoring the goals. Mr. Chang, I'm going to come to you first and ask you, what's the score going to be and who's going to score the goals?
So this is the one game where I want us to win more than any other preseason game. If we only had to pick one game, if there was one game and one game only that I want us to win all preseason, it will be this North London Derby tie, which is why I'm going to fall back to my tried and tested and proven 2-1 prediction. I'm going to be sticking with my ever trustworthy 2-1. That will be ever trustworthy. And since there's no Solanke, let's just give one of those goals to Richarlison to reward him for that shithousery that he posted on social media. And I honestly couldn't care less where the other goal comes from. It could be Romero, Van der Ven, it could be Bergval, Sarr. But if I had to choose one other player to supplement Richarlison for those 2 goals, it would be Pape Matar. For me, Sarr scoring 3 in 2 would be very good for him. And it would do him a world of good as well, as the dawn of the new season is just around the corner. So yeah, I'm sticking to my tried and tested 2-1 Miss Kate. It's going to be Richarlison and Pape Matar scoring for us.
Excellent. Look, I'll take it. I don't care if it's 2-1, 1-0. As long as we win, I'll take it all day long. A lot of people are saying draws. A lot of people are saying draws. Yeah, this is another thing we need to not get any injuries. That is a really important thing. As Steve Dyer said, maybe it'll be Johnson again. Ole. Charlie, another one says 2-1. Come on, you Spurs. Look, I've been negative all week. I've been saying 3-1, but as it's the pre-match pump up, I can't say we're going to lose. It's the pump up, and I'll be pumping you down. So I am going to go. I don't know if to go for a draw or just go for a Tottenham win. I don't know what to do.
Get some bollocks, woman.
I'm going to go 3-2 Spurs. That's it. I've said it. I can't go back. I'm going to say Sarr to get another goal as well, much like Mr. Chang. I'm going to say Kudus to get a goal as well as Johnson again. Ole. So, yeah, I'm going to go 3-2. For the Gooners, I don't care who scores. But, yeah, I can't not do us to win. It makes me feel physically sick, and I'll have to have another shower. So, Jimbo, hang on, 3-2, are you mental? I have been called that many times, so yeah, quite possibly. Jimbo, what are you feeling for today's game?
I can see someone's putting in the chat, Spurs are crap. Yeah, we're crap, but we're second tier European champions after Liverpool. We have a trophy. I don't know if you can see behind me in the corner. There's a trophy there, which Spurs won last season. So if you're an Arsenal supporter, when was the last time you picked up a trophy? Oh, better think hard because it was quite a long time ago. I've been saying 2-1, right, all week, but I'm going to change my mind. I think we're going to go out there and we're going to perform. We're going to smash them. 3-1, the mighty Spurs.
Who scores, Jimbo?
I think Johnson. I think, look, and I saw someone else put in the chat earlier.
Hang on, Jim. What'd you say? Who's going to score?
Johnson
again, ole.
Yeah, I think he'll come on and score a goal, right? Someone put that Richarlison gets a lot of stick and he loves his club. I agree with you 100%. You know, I think we need better than Johnson, better than Richarlison. I'm not going to lie there, but he does love this club and he does give his all. He will die on the pitch for this club. He gives his all. So I'm going to have Richie to score, and let's have. I was thinking a Van der Ven header, but I'm going to go with Sarr because he seems to be on a bit of a roll.
So we've all gone for a Sarr goal.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Do you know what? He might have found his scoring boots. We might not need another striker. Just stick Sarr up front. They can have Gyökeres and we'll have Sarr man. But yeah, look, we've got to be a little bit positive, and the worst that can happen is we lose. But let's just imagine that we're going to win this. And Jimbo's going 3-1. I've gone 3-2. Chang's gone 2-1. So we're all going with a Spurs win. There's been a real good amount of people in. We've still got in the chat 580, 166 likes. If we can get that to over 200 likes, you make me a very happy woman. So please do smash that like button. Mr. Chang, what's coming up on Spurs Diehards?
So if what I'm reading is correct, there should be another show tomorrow evening or tomorrow night, sometime around 9 to 10 p.m. on a Friday night, where we will be reviewing this North London derby, the post-match from that. And I think that's all we have for the coming weekend. I will keep our viewers posted and updated as the shows come along. But I hope to be on the show as well. It's going to be a long-awaited return for me. I haven't actually streamed or been any shows with Spurs Diehards since I think the Bilbao, that night in Bilbao. So I think it's going to be quite a return for me. But Spurs Diehards will be airing tomorrow night, sometime between 9 to 10 on a Friday night. And absolutely looking forward to this North London derby. Before I sign out, thank you so very, very much for having me on the pre-match pump-up crew for this North London derby, Miss Kate. It's truly appreciated.
We love having you on, Chang. You're one of the favourites on this pump-up show. So you will be back, I'm sure. We've got so many games to cover this year. So please do go over and sub to Mr. Chang over at Spurs Diehards. Jimbo, what's happening at Kate and Jimbo?
Well, tomorrow we've got a show in the morning where we'd be talking about our win against Arsenal and be gloating.
It's not in the morning, it's 12:30. So it's kind
Can I just remind people, we were the last team in the Premier League to win a trophy.
We were. So tomorrow afternoon at 12:30, we will be reviewing the North London derby game today. We also have our members giveaway tomorrow, which means we've got some hand-signed merchandise we're going to give away. It will go to a member or anyone that puts a super chat in, has done for the last few weeks, and tomorrow before we do the draw. So do come over and check us out at Kate and Jimbo. It's just like this, really. We just sit and have a natter about football. And there is a little bit of delusion thrown in, but that's what it's all about. But look, thank you to everyone watching.
If you're going to support a club, right, there's always got to be a bit of delusional in there, because that's why you support them. That's what keeps you fired up. It keeps you going. You know?
Yeah.
If you went into every game thinking, oh, we're going to lose this, we're going to lose that. We were the first team to win one, Jim, the Super Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, we could be the first team.
You've got to be a bit delusional and hype your team up. That's why you support them.
Yeah, because you know the difference is we get clipped up and we go, we said that and we don't care. Because we're delusional happy clappers here.
You can clip me up for anything. I don't give a shit.
But thank you to everyone who's watched. Thank you to Chang. Thank you to Jimbo. Thank you for the 182 likes. Please smash a like on the way out. Don't go anywhere. You're going to get redirected over to the watch along with Ben, and I think it might be Amir. Apologies if I've got that wrong. Have a great day. Enjoy the match. And go on, Jim.
Come on, you Spurs. We're going to go and smash the Gooners. First game against the Gooners outside of England, and we're going to smash them.
Yes, exactly. Come on, you Spurs.